So I'm not sure if y'all are paying attention to what's going on right now. I feel like we're living in a time where things are being said. Uh, we're being brought into the new normal. And what I mean by that is they're not pretending anymore. They asked Donald Trump about, I guess he said he wanted to arrest the governor of California, and I guess he spoke to this guy on the border, and he was like, "You should arrest him." And they asked him why, and he said, "For doing a bad job as governor." The president actually said he wants to arrest the governor for doing a bad job. I've talked before. Marjorie Taylor Greene said that global warming, climate change is a good thing. Be more food and warmer winters, and that's stronger hurricanes too, more unpredictable weather. I've talked about this senator in Iowa, Joni Ernst, I believe, her talking about how she feels that evidently, we're all gonna die anyway, and that's just the funniest thing that's the funniest thing she's heard in a while, I guess, and double down on it, joking about it. And it's another example of how Trumpers, I've had to learn, like, there's a cruelty there. I want to be clear. There's a cruelty, and they don't understand what people are saying. Yes, we will all die. We understand that. But people are going to needlessly die who depended upon public health. And there's going to be hospitals closing and things like that, which means worse health outcomes for people who live in rural areas. Programs will be closed. Hospital hours will be cut back. They're going to have to cut back on staff. Yes. I tried to tell a family member that recently, and they're like, "Oh, well, they could just go back to..." It's like, bro, these areas are growing. This isn't the 80s anymore. Don't you get it? If there's less hospitals in rural areas, that means people will die. And we know when you fall, when you have medical crisis, the longer you're down, the more likely you are to wind up in a home. I'm not saying they'll die. I'm saying that you could have, with these programs, Social Security and all this, you probably would have been okay. But now that you won't have those things, you're more likely to wind up in a home. That's bad. There have been other statements made I won't get into here that just, for me, really address the fact that these are the dark ages. It's the dark ages. That's the white America voted for, the dark ages. This is the dark ages. And, I was looking at something the other day. There's a guy, he's a scientist. He came over here, he was like delivering pizzas or something. Now he's got like a master's degree, and he's got a lab, and a bunch of his funding for his stuff got cut. And China said basically to him, to the effect of, they're moving to any lab, and he's got funding for the next 20-something years. Like, what are we doing, white people? What are I'm confused. Like, what are we doing? I see America. I saw something today. This lady's a European Union person, and she was talking about discussing the transatlantic alliance. And I've got to say that America has no business telling anybody anywhere anything about democracy or living freely or any of that. I understand America's threat, the nukes and all that, but I just don't think these white people have any business telling anybody anywhere anything about legitimacy or integrity or none of that stuff. You should not trust these people. You should not trust America. And the fact the president wants to arrest a governor for doing a bad job, it's just like, as dangerous as this moment is, I just feel like Trump, he's like, this is all a joke. And then at any moment, he'll just be like, okay, he'll just pull it all back. And he'll leave LA like in ruins and be like, oh well, yeah, I guess I gotta stop. Like it's like I don't even think it's cruelty. It's sadism, yes. But I don't even think that he really like I hear about the troops being sent over the National Guard, and there was no housing for them. There's no food. There's no fuel. I mean, it's just we're just putting them out there. Like I guess get that vibe that this is just he's just thinking of how to be as cruel as he can to blue states day by day, and that's all this shit is like cruelty and distraction and how can I hurt as many people as I possibly can, but that he doesn't really even care about his own people. I just these are the dark ages. This is the putting religion in government. This is the dark ages. Thanks for listening.